Last Saturday, I found myself roped into helping my friend Dave move into his new apartment. Now, Dave is one of those guys with a rather peculiar taste for all things vintage. His old place was a museum of sorts, filled with typewriters, rotary phones, and what he proudly dubbed his antique clock collection. As we started packing up his stuff, I noticed that each of these clocks, while beautifully ornate, seemed to be stuck at different, odd times. Mildly intrigued, I pointed this out to Dave, who just shrugged it off with a grin, saying, "They've got a mind of their own." The move was going smoothly until we hit the box labeled Tick-Tock Treasures. As we lifted it, I couldn't help but notice how light it was for a box supposedly filled with metal clocks. Curiosity got the better of me, and I cracked it open. To my surprise, what I found was not a collection of clocks, but rather an assortment of old-fashioned thermometers, each one meticulously disguised to look like a clock. I pulled one out and waved it in front of Dave. "Care to explain why your clocks are measuring the room temperature instead of time?" Dave chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck sheepishly. "All right, you caught me. They're not clocks, they're thermometers. But come on, doesn't antique thermometer collection sound way less impressive?" I had to admit, he had a point. But the more I thought about it, the more it started to make sense. This was classic Dave, a man who could turn the mundane into the extraordinary, even if it was just a clever ruse. The absurdity of it made me laugh, and soon the whole moving crew was in stitches. As the laughter died down, Dave gave us his signature grin and said, "Hey, at least now you know why I'm always telling people to chill out when they ask me for the time." And with that, we continued unpacking, the room filled with laughter, each of us secretly hoping that our next discovery would be just as delightfully absurd.